Yo guys, what's up? We're back with another RevSaysDesu reaction. I wanted to see this. Well, I was going to watch it anyway, so I thought why not do a live react. VTubers are shaming fans for supporting problematic content creators and it's backfiring horribly. That's because problematic is a term that really has no solid definition. The rules always change and the goalposts are always shifting. So you know, it's hard not to be problematic. Link to the original video will be down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the absolute state of the VTubing scene. It's not just a bunch of virtue signaling and cancellation campaigns that we've been looking at the last couple of days, but we're also going to be looking at hypocrisy. Absolute hypocrisy, not just delusions and fan fictions being written about people like myself from those who don't like me. We're going to see some true hypocrisy. Now, for some
There's never any shortage of hypocrisy with these kinds of people.
context, before we get into this, yesterday I talked about this situation involving
This is
Denims,
crazy.
the infamous Hassan Orbiter, who accused the streamer Emiru of being a racist chud.
So if you guys don't know, Emiru was Emiru was asked about ICE and basically expressed a wish to be apolitical. She didn't want to talk about it and said that you shouldn't be asking if you need a streamer to tell you about your to tell you about politics, you should probably get off the internet. And I agree with that completely. The problem is that her situation, just by being asked, put her in what chess would call a zugzwang, which is a position where you are forced to make a move, but there is no move you can make that doesn't weaken your overall position. So in the case of Emiru, she didn't really say yay or nay ice, and people are mad at her because it's not that hard just to say fuck ice, blah 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 blah. Well, it's actually that's the easy way to go, you know. But the problem is you say fuck ice, you don't say it, um, you don't explicitly say it or whatever, and you can't win. This is a Star Trek. It's a Kobayashi Maru. It is a no-win scenario because no matter what Emiru did, once that question was asked, she lost. Because being apolitical, everyone's pissed off with her. If she had gone in support of ICE, she'd have the apolitical lot and and the people who are against ICE pissed off at her. And if she had said fuck ICE, it would be the exact same other way. So she literally cannot win. And so I think that staying apolitical was the right move to make. And I don't think it's an unreasonable position to hold. Um, no one is obligated to have a hardline stance, and shaming people for not having a hardline stance just polarizes them more. So yeah, that's a bit of a crazy situation. I think it's very weird because especially the people like Denims here, she doesn't want to hear Emiru's thoughts. She wants her own opinion repeated back to her. She wants Emiru to say fuck eyes. And I can totally understand. I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing if she doesn't want to do that, whether she feels it or not.
Now, why is Emiru a racist chud?
Oh, he's gonna.
Well, according to Denims,
I just went on the whole thing, and he's probably gonna do a quick recap.
that's because she did not want to speak on current political issues. That's it.
Yeah,
You're now a racist chud for saying streamers are not the best source for your political opinions.
yeah. And so what Denims is doing is she's inferring Emiru's stance from saying that I'm not actually the best well-informed person and whatever. And in her own response video, Denims was like, yeah, but you may not be well-informed or whatever, but it's not hard to say fuck ice. It's like, yeah, okay, fine, but why would I say that if I'm not well informed? Maybe that's not how I feel, right? But at the same time, not wanting to be informed, especially when you can't affect the outcome, there's nothing wrong with that either. So at least not according to my reckoning.
Crazy stuff, but we're seeing this sort of attitude in the VTubing scene. The VTubing scene is extremely woke. We all know this, but I'm seeing so many posts that are just insane. Like this one right here saying, I unfollowed and removed people now after I've seen that they're following Asmongold, Rev, Strawb.
Don't know
You
who
come into
Straw
my
is.
home. You get my wife's name right. Now, before this person's like, oh my god, Rev is crashing out. That's a reference to the movie The Other Guys. Relax. Am I allowed to have fun? Are people like me allowed to have jokes and references? I hope so. But they're referring to Asmongold, myself, and my wife, Strawb,
Powder
as well as Powder and a bunch of other high problematic people.
Now, I take issue with the problematic label because people like Rev, people like Asmongold, Strawb, Powder, Banana Juju, I've never once heard them refer to anybody as problematic. They don't typically make judgments on people wholesale. They they look at instances like this, and every single one of those people, uh, I think with the exception of Strawb, would consider this brilliant midnight person. They would have no problem calling them a retard. And I would absolutely agree with it because this is retarded. This is stupid. This is kindergarten. In Afrikaans, we call it kinderkak, which means kid shit. You know, this is childish, petty, stupid. It's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely not wanting to be ableist. It's retarded. You know, frankly, retarded just sums it up so well.
And they say, what the frick is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
People like you don't belong in my space.
Well, you're a content creator. You're creating your content. You're building your community. You have the right to determine who is in your space, in your community. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But why go and announce this crap? And besides which, you, as a VTuber, share the space with myriad personalities. You share the space with thousands of people. It's like the road. You cannot dictate how other people drive. That's what the road rules are for. But you share the road with everybody else. And so whether you think the person next to you is an asshole or not, you must be considerate of them and what they're doing and whatnot, as long as it is within the rules of the road. So you want to overtake them, but they're they're doing the speed limit, and it's the one way that you're on. Sorry, you got to stick behind them. That's it. There's nothing else to it. They're obeying the speed limit. They're not breaking any laws. You're the one who's impatient. That's your problem, not theirs.
Now, the narcissism and the main character syndrome here is insane.
Yeah.
What space are we talking about?
Are you talking about the VTuber space? Are you talking about this person's community? Yeah, it's not really clear.
This VTuber, and I'm not shaming someone for being small, but you have less than 200 followers, and you're trying to say people who simply follow problematic people like me are not allowed in your community.
Yeah, and for me, a big issue is right in the very top of their bio, MDNI, minors do not interact, which tells me you're doing content that, granted, not suitable for minors, which is typically sexually explicit and very varying sexual themes and whatnot. Minors can interact with me all they want. I don't do that shit. I swear a lot, sure, but that's about it. And trust me, they hear a lot worse in the school ground these days.
That's very interesting. Very self-important, but
yeah,
the replies on this are interesting. Also, this image, it's a GIF that says F-Ice. Obviously, playing this with, an F-bomb popping up every 2 seconds on YouTube is not a good thing.
Yeah,
but anyways,
sure.
You get the point. They, in very stunning and brave fashion, locked the replies, but here's some of their supporters saying stuff like this. There's only 2 places I like powder. Confectionaries, as fresh snow in the winter. I like my straws and my drinks ice-free. I only rev engines, both literally and figuratively. And the gold market will eventually collapse as other precious metals become more relevant?
Yeah, no, not likely. Because as other precious metals become more relevant, they also grow in quantity, and anybody who knows anything about economics, the more of one thing, the less its value. So, yeah. Tell me you don't know anything about economics and how supply and demand and markets work, Sig Fantasia.
Amazing post. Totally not deranged. Amazing post.
Yep.
Honestly, good on you, bestie. Super
Oh my
proud.
God, Seal. Wait, was that
Unblocked
that?
by
I'm just pausing and going back several frames. Okay, I've got to do it this way. Yep, Astrid.
super proud. I'm blocked by everyone involved in this situation, by the way. Just say you
I'd
support
hope to be.
illegals, game ending, and assaulting children and women.
Nice.
Here's the OP's
Oh,
response.
not nice, but
You know what?
Ivory Smith was killed when an illegal alien crashed into her drunk driving. She was in the second grade.
F you. Great conversation. A lot was a lot
A
of
lot was
positive
communicated.
things were resulting from this dialogue here, this open dialogue.
That's actually amazing because there's a lot communicated in that.
Reading different opinions is how you make the most informed and rational decisions. Surrounding yourself with nothing but your own opinions is how you radicalize yourself to those opinions. And
Yeah, I want to pull up something quickly. Something that struck me from years and years ago. Perhaps you'll laugh, assuming I can find it. I don't know where it might be. Um, no, not there. There. Okay. Woof, woof, woof. Dog's barking. Here we are. Um, so I was watching many years ago some Christopher Hitchens videos. My uncle recommended him to me in terms of the religious things, and he did mentioned you mentioned free speech and Thomas Paine's revision of Mr. John Milton's Areopagitica, which recommends free speech in this way. It says, "Not for you, but for the people you are listening to, and the people whose comments you hope to hear in return, for your own education, enlightenment, and elucidation." His commentary, one of the vices of those who repress the opinions of others, is that they make themselves prisoners of their own opinions, because they deny themselves the right and the means of changing them. And so what that means is the free interplay of ideas is not something that those of us who wish to speak or unload our opinions insist upon for that sake. It's because we want to hear what is said in response, however unwelcome it may be to us. Thus, the defense of any one opinion or form of expression is a defense of them all. And I think that's perfectly well stated. So, Booba Sweat, okay, brilliant name by the way. Booba Sweat here is actually 100% right. Surrounding yourself with nothing but your own opinions is how you radicalize yourself to those opinions, especially because you deny yourselves the means and the right of changing your own opinions. So what doing that communicates to me is that you think you are arrogant enough to think that you are right about absolutely everything.
yap, yap, slander, and some more yapping.
Right, so you really want to frame racism, raping, harassment, murder, pedophilia, and hatred as just different opinions. I've heard a lot of nonsense in my life, probably like 21 years or something, but this is genuinely catastrophic. If you want to educate yourself, then do it properly. Take something history classes and blah 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 blah. Yeah, so this person is arrogant enough to think that they know everything.
Amazing stuff. Here is another post from another VTuber saying, respectfully, if anyone here supports ICE and what they're doing, please kindly unfollow, block, mute me, whatever. It's a shame creators would rather be silent because viewers are what bring in majority of income. Do not stay silent. Stand up for those who can't. F ICE. Stunning and brave. Now it's interesting because they start off by saying, if you support ICE, you're bad. But then in the
Mm.
next sentence, they say, if you're silent, you're also bad. So
Yeah. So
basically,
so your opinion has to be their opinion or else it's wrong. And this is the problem Emiru faced. These people do not want to hear your opinion. They don't want to hear uh, nuance. They don't want to hear anything that is objectionable to them. They don't want to hear that, maybe their stance is incorrect, or maybe they don't even want to hear you take a middle ground. What they want to hear is exactly what they think. And yeah, so for them, the free interplay of ideas isn't something uh, isn't that they want to hear what is said in response, however unwelcome it may be to them. It's that they want to hear their opinion spewed back at them because uh, they would rather repress your opinion and just hear their own. And it's stupid. It's short-sighted. It betrays a lack of critical thinking, and it betrays low intelligence, low
if,
IQ.
if you don't come out and say F ice, you're bad,
Mm.
according to individuals like this. Amazing stuff. And of course, point out in the replies here, here's a good example of this sort of idea and this sort of tolerance that's being shared in various communities where this black law enforcement agent was called a house N-word with the hard R
Damn.
for simply being law enforcement.
Well, we don't even know if he's ICE.
Interesting.
It just says
Very
police.
interesting and tolerant stuff. But did
Yeah.
you guys know the Black VTuber
Oh
Awards
my
are here?
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VTubing scene is really including everyone with the race-based
Hello.
VTuber Awards. You can see this is a big deal. The Onyx Awards. Now, some of the people featured are a bit problematic, as pointed out by Savvy here.
Well, my problem with the Black VTuber Awards is it's like race is. I don't know. I want to say stuff like something like they don't want race to be such a great factor and like everybody should be treated equally, but they keep shining a light on race. Like let's let's blackwash old Disney characters like Ariel and Snow White and all these other people. I'd actually respect Disney more if they turned Tarzan black because then they're actually doing equality properly, right? Um, but it's it's like they want equality, but they want to make black people special, and so that the two kind of work in opposition to each other, and like I think it's just very weird.
One of the main names featured in these awards that are being promoted here said this about Kirsha. So much Kirsha hate has been in my timeline recently, and to that I say, keep it going, guys. I
Yeah,
love to see those racist, Nazi, Mayo Moon crickets
what the
get
fuck is Mayo
dragged
Moon?
to filth.
A normal person, a totally normal, non-racist, loving, tolerant person. This one, don't you guys think? I don't know. These people are weird. And the funny thing is, I never see this shit from Kirscha's side. I never ever see anybody that these people deem problematic spewing this sort of crap.
Wow. That's not just racism, that's advanced racism. Like
Yep.
these terms, a Mayo Moon cricket, that's crazy,
What does that
crazy
even
work.
mean? Like,
Ironically enough, this person lost their sponsorship with Advanced as a result of that, but that's obviously a very touchy subject at the moment. But in response to people pointing that out, the Onyx Awards has removed all mentions.
okay, so Maya Moon. So I messed up with the term. I don't know. I'm not finding anything in I'm not finding anything in Google, so I'm just gonna ask Grok. Hey Grok, I heard the term Mayo Moon referred. Uh, and don't know what it is. Oh, for God's sake, hang on. Maybe get the right links, dumbass. Bible Code Sundays. Yeah, I don't know what Maya Moon is.
Of this VTuber. I wonder why. Stunning and brave as per usual.
So what was that?
Associated with advanced as a result of that, but that's obviously a very touchy subject at the moment. But in response to people pointing that out, the Onyx Awards has removed all mentions of this VTuber.
Good.
I wonder why. Stunning and brave as per usual. Now let's move on to the next person.
Oh God,
This
Kaio.
Kaio individual who has been attacking me and my wife for years. This guy is a very miserable individual. And they came out attacking people like Emiru, okay? Saying approaching your 30s and not knowing anything about politics when you're living in the country currently being affected by current events involving ICE is embarrassing. And if you pretend to not have a political stand.
See, the problem is he's assuming pretense. That's the problem I have. He's assuming pretense.
So you don't lose your racist viewer base. That's even more embarrassing. Now, of course, this guy spouting about racism and all this, well, he's a racist. An unapologetic racist, by the way, who said you can't be racist towards white people. But of course, someone like you would know that. Now, I'll ask this very educated individual, where in the definition of racism does it have an exception for white people?
Yeah. Here's my general rule on racism, as I've said before. If you're going to say something like, I hate all white people and hope they would die, then, and if that's not racist, now change white to black. Now it's suddenly racist. So if the only thing to turn a statement racist is to change one thing, then it's racist. It doesn't matter who the target is.
Of course, this is a rhetorical question. It's not there, but of course this person will say the dictionary is wrong. It's stunning and brave stuff. Now, of course, Kaio, with the facts and logic, would respond to me by saying, you support ICE, you dumb F. LMAO. Now, I would respond by saying, you're still a racist, and go ahead and post a single piece of evidence that I support ICE. You're a liar and a racist. Now, of course, I don't care if you think I support ICE or not. The point being, this person says I support ICE. Show me where.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not afraid if you think I do or not.
So far, Rev has never mentioned supporting ICE or applauding them for anything at all, so...
But you're making a claim, show me proof.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do that.
No, of course not.
They say you were just crying like a baby bitch a few weeks ago. Hope you find a new crap energy drink company to sponsor you.
Gamer subs, mate.
Which is very interesting, this person's crapping on Advanced. Like, I am disappointed in the outcome of the whole Advanced situation. Them dropping me as a sponsor. Never called their product anything but good. And I'm curious why you have an opinion about the quality of their product. Have you tried it? I don't know.
Probably not.
But also, he says, hope you find a new energy drink company. Can't say anything yet. Can't say anything right now, but like this guy's gonna be seething, and maybe I'll shoot him a DM when it goes live. I'll let him know. But as they say, when one door closes, many others open. So if you're mad right now, if you're taking this victory lap, I hope you enjoy it, because the victory lap is gonna turn into a seething cycle for people like you very soon. But I appreciate you wishing me luck finding new sponsors. I really do appreciate that. But I respond by saying, didn't answer my question, racist. Also, who between us has posted slurs? Not me. It's you. And here's this Kaio individual. Over the past, 2 weeks, dropping a bundle of stick slurs multiple times. Like, Here's the thing, this guy, let's pause for a second.
Yeah, it's the classic accuse your enemy of what you're doing so it takes the focus off of you.
This guy has zero actual criticism of me whatsoever. He's an unapologetic racist and drops slurs routinely. My goodness. This is who people like him think I am. This is what I'm accused of being. I'm accused of being the unapologetic racist who's saying slurs 24/7. This is the progressive people. Do you not understand how ironic this whole thing is? And this guy, I think he knows the point I was making with this entire thread and everything related to it.
Yeah, hang on, my brain stopped and I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Of course he would know what to accuse you of because he is what he accuses you of being.
A person like
They always
this
are.
is literally...
Which is why when I turn around and when I see people accuse other people of being pedophiles and predators and all that sort of thing, I immediately think that's projection because especially if it's done without evidence.
acting the way they think I do, but they have no proof to show I actually act like this. It's crazy. It's crazy, the irony here. And also notice that this guy's getting ratioed in all the replies by me. He also later goes on to basically say, like, if you're getting ratioed, that means you're wrong. Well, I guess you're wrong over and over again. And he says this: there's a huge difference between a queer man using a queer slur and a non-queer man using it. Here's the problem, Kaio. I'm not using any slurs. You are. And the fact that you think because you're a gay man, an openly gay man, makes it okay? Dude, if there was a conservative gay man using bundle of sticks, you would be calling him a bigot. 100%. It's a rhetorical question. We all know what you would do. It's so disingenuous. But of course, he continues on saying, you show your bigotry in other ways and use your faith to make yourself seem like a good person. Massive projection, by the way. And of course, I ask, show me the other ways. The other ways I'm a bigot. Again, the only one using racist and bigoted terms is you, bro. This is pathetic. Now, Kaio would go silent because, of course, they were asked for proof to back up the claims they're making. The bigotry in other ways. That's very interesting. I've never heard that before. Congratulations. You have kept people like me surprised. Just when I thought I've seen it all, I see something new. But here's an idea of the type of people who are trying to defend this complete and utter hypocrisy. Responding to me, this person says, you routinely make content for racist losers who go on the attack or go on to attack the people you quote and put in your video. And I asked this person.
Okay, I've done that, but I've never, I wouldn't say I've gone out and attacked anybody. I don't go and attack, I simply point out how stupid you are.
Who said slurs? Me or Kaio? And of course, they reply by saying, you make content for the people who say slurs and don't make any move to stop them.
Okay, but still, who said slurs, him or Kaio? Dude's very effective at shifting the goalposts and dodging responsibility, but at the end of the day...
What does this person think someone like me has to do? Do I have to, jump on people's keyboards to stop them from saying something?
Jump on my keyboard,
What would happen if someone is saying slurs in the replies of someone like Kaio? Does that make them accountable for what other people are saying? That's totally ridiculous, obviously. But of course, this person is saying I make content for those who say slurs. Who's saying slurs? Kaio. You don't care if that guy's saying slurs because he's progressive.
Yep.
Amazing stuff. The hypocrisy is insane.
Yep.
And of course, I point this out saying, let me get this straight. Me and my wife are being labeled as racist and homophobes, deserving of deplatforming by the VTubing scene with zero evidence. But this guy who has publicly admitted to being a racist and routinely says slurs is considered progressive. Make it make sense. And then he quotes that saying he's so mad he got ratioed that he had to make another post about me. Dude, you're stalking my page. And also, again, like, did you not bot this one? I don't understand. Like, going back to the original thread we were talking about, this guy had like 5,500 likes and not a single reply agreed with him. Again, likes on Twitter doesn't make you right. In fact, I like seeing a large volume of likes with no support. It's very unnatural and just shows people like this. They
That's what happens to a lot of my tweets and stuff. Mostly replies because I get reply boosts with premium, but
they thrive on Twitter likes. They think validation comes from likes on Twitter. It's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, that's the glimpse into the current status of the VTubing scene. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, again, as always, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I wonder if I can find my reply to Caillou's tweet about Emiru. Valentine's Reaper, I just saw a picture of my Calliope, my Oshi. Yes. I found it. Right, where's my mouse? There it is. Here's the reply. So he goes on to say, he writes this wall of text, which is basically, Emiru didn't say what I wanted her to say, so she's terrible. And so I said, who cares what you think? All you ever do is bitch and whine about shit, spewing the worst possible takes imaginable. Know your role and shut your mouth. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Be sure to check out Rev's video if you want to. Link to the original video will be down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Have a good night. Cheers.